Hey, what's going on, you guys? All right, first thing I want to ask a question is, I made that video not too long ago about going to the bathroom in your truck and taking showers and stuff like that. And I was saying, I take a shower every fucking day. Almost all the time. Like maybe like 2-3 times a month I'll go a single day without taking a fucking shower, and that's if I have to, right? I mean, the showers are free, I'm getting the fucking I'm getting the consensus that there's a lot of fucking truck drivers not like going a week or two without taking a shower. What the fuck is that? What is that about? I really want someone to explain it to me. I'm just curious, like I was watching a video by another truck driver talk about, hey, I'm by myself. I'll go 2 weeks without taking a shower. I got wipes. I'll just, wipe up. It's like, the fuck is that? Even if I was a fucking van driver, I'd still take a shower every goddamn day. Fuck, I've hauled a small amount of van loads for this company, and I still took a shower every day. Even though I wasn't getting near as dirty as I do flatbedding. Especially if you're a flatbedder, I don't understand that at all. I just don't get it. Call me what you will, but I mean, am I alone in this? Am I the only person that thinks it's normal to take a shower every single day? And change at least your socks and your underwear every single day? I mean, if there's any truckers watch this video, post in the comments, because I'm curious. I don't know what this shit is with, look, I'll say this. Maybe if I was a van driver, maybe it would be a little more often that I'd go a day without taking a shower. Maybe more often I'd, go, skip a day and sleep at a rest area with no showers or something like that. Stay at a mom and pop truck stop and not pay for the shower. Maybe if I was hauling van, maybe. But that's it. No more than 2 days. It's just weird to me. I mean, before I started driving a truck, I take a shower every motherfucking day. Whether I'm working, even if I don't leave the house. Because, Houston, it's real hot during the summertime, but even in the wintertime, even if I don't leave the house all day, I still take a shower at the end of the day. So, it's a really odd thing to me. That's just me. But, right, so I put in my 2-week notice earlier this week. I finally, everything has come through with this new company I'm talking to. I'm talking to Rail Transport. I think it's Transport. And everything's good to go. I've been approved and qualified and all that shit, verified, whatever. So I set it up to where I can go to work for them. They said they scheduled me for orientation this coming Monday. Here it is Friday night. And I'm thinking, okay, you know what? I talked to my DM, and he was like, yeah, sorry to see you go, and it's a pleasure working with you. I said, yeah, likewise. It's just time for me to move on. He's real cool about it and stuff. He's like, okay, well, I'll get you back to the yard ASAP. And I'm like, okay, well, get me back to the yard this Friday. And, Friday comes along, and I go to pick up this load, and it's going up to Ohio. And I'm like, so am I taking this load by the yard or what? And he says, no, it's too far out of route. Which, in all reality, I don't think it is. Like, look, yeah, maybe you do have to add 100 or 150 miles to the load. But who gives a shit? They do that stuff. They had me pick up one of their drivers in Arkansas and bring him back to the yard. They've had me give rides to, like, at least 2 other drivers out to pick up a recovery, and that shit was out of my way. I pick up that guy in Arkansas. I was like 250 miles out of route for me to do that favor for them. So for me to go to take this load through Nashville, and then someone else takes it up to Ohio. Hell, at the very least, there's always people sitting on the yard waiting for a load or a trailer to come in. So what always happens to me, I'm always sitting there like, okay, I'm ready to go, ready to hit the road. Where's my load? Well, we don't have any trailers and there's no loads available. You know, so I know somebody's gonna be wanting that load. But anyways, I'm like, you know, shit. So I tried to call the recruiter and let her know that I'm not gonna be there on Monday, but she was already gone for the day at like 3 o'clock. I was like, damn, 3 o'clock, you know. And so they're expecting me to be there Monday morning, but I ain't gonna be there. And they reserved a hotel room and all that stuff. But it is what it is, man. That's trucking. You know, nothing's set in stone. You know, you don't know where you're going until you're on your way there. You know, so. I'll talk to that recruiter Monday, and hopefully she's not going to be all pissed off at me that, you know, I didn't show up. I couldn't, you know. What else can I do? You know, I can't just drive straight back to Nashville and say, hey, fuck you, man, it's your problem. I'm not going to do that. You know, what if I go to orientation at this company and shit don't work out? You know, maybe I gotta drop back and punt and maybe go back to Western for a while or something like that, you know? Damn, hold on, this guy's reefer is gonna kick on. Anyways, so yeah, I told my DM, I said, look, let's just put it off for a week then. Run me around, because look, even if he gets me back to the yard on Monday, then I gotta wait a whole week orientation, so that's like I gotta stay in a hotel for a week, or you know, maybe I could drive down to Memphis and stay with my dad for a couple of days, but that's a week without a paycheck. So I'm like, look, just run me next week so I can make some money, and then bring me back to the yard on Friday. I'll turn in the equipment and I'll be out of here, you know. But you know, I had a hotel room reserved for Saturday night, and I was gonna board the dog because their hotel is not pet friendly, and I had a vet reservation, an appointment, so I could get some flu shots for the dog that were required. You know, I got all these damn shots and medications that she has had, but they want the flu vaccine as well, so I got to get that. And you know, it's a big pain in the ass. Oh, you're a new client? Well, you have to pay for an exam, and then we can give you the shots. I'm like, whatever, just examine the dog, give her the shots, whatever. So I had to cancel all that stuff and push it back another week. Now, originally I was going to go work for Anderson ATS, and I was going to I was going to go into their lease purchase program. ATS has got a really great lease purchase program, and I wanted to take advantage of it, you know. But then I got into this fucking little accident, and ATS wouldn't hire me. I called him and I said, you know, he said, hey, everything's good to go. I said, well, I had this accident the other day, and, you know, just full disclosure and everything. And they're like, yeah, well, and then they called me back and said, yeah, it's not going to work out. So I found another company that's pet friendly, which is Rail Transport, and they're a lot smaller of a company than Western is, which is good. That's exactly what I want. They have a lease purchase program, but it's not as good as Anderson's. And I mean, like ATS, they sent me a copy of their contract, the lease contract, and I read like all 32 pages of it, you know, and it's, you know, it's a good contract. It's a decent lease program, you know. And by the way, to cut off anybody that says, well, you can't just read your own contract, you got to have a lawyer do that. Yeah, in certain cases, but look, I mean, when I read this contract, I understood all of it, you know. So yeah, some contracts are full of bullshit that you're not going to be able to decipher. This contract, that wasn't the case with this one. So no, I read the contract and I understood all of it. It took me an hour to read the whole thing, but I mean, everything is pretty clearly stated. You know, there's no like crazy ass weird clauses that are going to come back and bite me in the ass later. They covered everything quite well. I don't know what the lease contract is going to be for this company. I'm not going in as a lease operator. I'm going in as a company driver, and then I'm going to decide what I'm going to do. The pay is better. I think it's 41.5 cents a mile, or it's 42.5 cents a mile. Either way, it's better than what I'm making here, but that's just company, you know. I'll go in, and then their lease program requires a down payment. Now they have a program where you can actually earn your down payment, and it's like 90 days and stuff like that, and you work for a drive company for 90 days, and then you can forego the down payment, which might be the way to go. Especially, I don't see the point in having someone make a down payment on a truck unless you are absolutely gonna have them purchase it, which, just as well, they also have balloon payments where, like, say the truck is a $90,000 truck with interest and shit like that, right? And you pay out $70,000 over the course of 2 years, and then the final payment is like $20,000, and I haven't quite figured out, like, how can you have a balloon payment on a lease purchase and then expect someone to buy that truck? Like where am I supposed to just save up $20,000 or $24,000 or whatever the fuck? On a more expensive truck, it's like $30,000. But am I supposed to save that much money over the course of the lease and then make the balloon payment, and then they'll give me the title and the keys to the truck? Because if you think about it, on a 24-month lease, I'd have to save $1,000 a month to make that final balloon payment. So I don't know 100% of all the details yet. I gotta read the contract and do a bunch of stuff. If it's not that great looking, I'll probably just stay company. But even if I do go into their lease purchase program, it may not be to buy the truck. Probably won't be. It'll probably just be to make better money. Now, a lot of people are going to say lease purchase programs are a fucking scam. And at some companies they fucking are. Is this one a scam at this company? I don't think so, but I don't know yet. We'll find out. We will see. But, like, as far as ATS, and even Western Express for that matter, like, I haven't read a contract on Western Express. In fact, I wasn't even able to get a hold of anyone to find out any fucking information about the lease purchase program. I called a recruiter, told him I was already a company driver, and she said, well, you have to talk to your DM. And I talked to my DM. Oh, I'll have somebody call you, and they never called me. All anybody would tell me is there's a waiting list, which I think is odd that there's a waiting list, because I know there's a shit. I mean, it would make sense because freight's slow right now, I guess, but it's like they're still hiring company drivers, and they still got a shitload of lease trucks on the yard ready to be leased. They keep them in the front parking lot. So I don't know what the fuck. And I just thought I'd look into it, which Western's lease program, from what I know about it, it's not a bad program. It's really not. I mean, overall, it really does seem from the outside looking in that they do want to sell you a truck. They keep the payments low, the trucks are relatively cheap, and there's no down payment, there's no balloon payment, there's no credit check and stuff like that. I just don't like the options of the trucks. You're either getting an old ass 10-speed manual, which not so bad. My second truck was an older 2013 10-speed manual, but it's either that or that. Those are the 13s. The 2014s are International Pro Star automatics, and I don't want one of those because they have 10-speed Eaton autos, and I fucking hate those transmissions. And they have Max Force engines, which are trash. Or you could get a 2015 or 16 Freightliner automatic. This is flatbed division, by the way. So, but that's the 2015, 2016 automatics. I think they'll be too expensive anyway. But anyways, I would like to lease a truck. I mean, look, it's not the best way to buy a truck. In fact, leasing a truck, even if you're not going to buy it, it's probably better. I mean, if you're going to stick in this for the long run, it's better to just actually go out and buy a truck. But you got to have a little bit of money for the down payment, and you also really need to have decent credit, or else you're really just going to get fucking killed. So if you don't have great credit, lease purchase from a carrier, for the short term is a better way to go. unless you've just got the patience to wait it out and save up the money and get your credit right. But look, I mean, there's a lot of people that lease trucks with no intent to buy, and that's completely an option. You know, they're walk-away leases. Hell, a lot of companies don't want you to buy the truck. They have lease completion bonuses, where you sign a 1 or 2 year lease, and they'll give you a kickback of money once you complete the lease, and then it's your option whether you want to continue leasing that truck to pay it off, or just get a brand new truck and start leasing something else that's nicer. You know, like I know a couple, a husband and wife team that are leasing a truck from another company, and I don't think they're planning on buying the truck. They just make really good money from leasing the truck. If you're smart with your money, you can make good money from leasing a truck and not really have to deal with the headaches that you have to when you own like a 2007 or 2002 or whatever, just the maintenance and different stuff like that. You can get on a lease program where all that shit's taken care of. Bumper to bumper warranty, tires and brakes and all the bullshit's covered, you know. The company takes care of it and stuff like that, you know. Especially you're leasing a younger truck, a lot of them are still under manufacturer warranties, you know. So if you have problems, it gets fixed for free, you know, depending on what company you run for, what lease purchase program they have and stuff like that. But anyways, I think it'll be interesting. Hopefully, you know, it all works out. I get into it, lease a truck from them, make some good money, and then, you know, I can make some good videos about it and stuff like that, and we'll see. We'll go from there. We'll see what happens, you know. But that's what direction it's headed in, you know. Look, I mean, I got marred credit from my last relationship, you know. I was letting her manage the money and I wasn't paying attention to it, and she really fucked a lot of stuff up. It's not completely her fault. I don't want to just put all the blame on her, you know. I was, you know, I made mistakes with money as well, you know, and I should have been paying closer attention to what she was doing with the money, but it is what it is, you know. It's part of the reason I left her. But that's all I'm gonna say about that. But so yeah, I'm gonna try to get on with this other company. As long as I'll talk to my recruiter Monday, and hopefully they'll still have me, even though, you know, I probably cost them a little bit of money on a hotel room or something like that. Hopefully it's not too big of a deal. But hopefully it all works out. I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but you never know. You going into an orientation, you know, that doesn't mean you're hired yet. You still got to get through orientation, and you never know what's going to happen. You know, sometimes you go in and the recruiter tells you that, you know, hey, yeah, you know, you're good to go, and blah, 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 and you get to orientation, and they say, well, you've got this ticket or this accident or, you know, this misdemeanor or whatever. Sorry, you know, you don't qualify. You're just going to have to leave. You know, and you may say, well, the recruiter said that it was no problem and blah, blah, blah. And they say, well, the recruiter was wrong, or the recruiter didn't have that authority, or sorry, whatever, you know, fuck you. You know, the recruiters, honestly, I mean, they may have lied to you. They may not have, but they're trying to get the commission at the end of the day. So whatever, you know, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully it all works out, and you guys will find out, you know. But, you know, it's going to be a little bit of an adventure. Got to drive up to Gary, Indiana, you know. I mean, the cool thing about them, rail and ATS, I mean, they don't do the Greyhound bus bullshit. They'll either rent you a car or they give you a plane ticket, which I think is top fucking notch. Not to mention, you know, they put you in a Best Western, not, you know, Joe's fucking hotel, which they got blood stains and bed bugs on the mattress and stuff like that, and they treat you like shit, you know, like some other trucking companies' hotels. But we'll see how it goes. That's all I got to say about that. I got another video coming up. I didn't want to make this one run too long, and I got some different things I want to talk about, so I'm going to make another video talking about them. So I keep you guys updated with what's going on. So any questions, post in the comments. I'll talk to you guys later.